So this video is going to show you how you can kind of arrange your letters to save for as a master copy. So then that way you can explore the different types of styles that you want to do and the different kind of ways that you want to add stuff to the background and add color to this. So I have my letters laid out in the fonts that I had picked. A couple of things I switched. I did do coffee mugs. I changed morning to I think it's just regular coffee. So again, if I wanted to early in the stages, I can just rewrite the fonts that I actually used. This one I used coffee. For pancakes, I think I used bed and breakfast, and I wrote that there. So pretty much whatever I used here is the same as here. I changed this one here to coffee with sugar. So my breakfast, the word breakfast, is done in coffee with sugar, not good morning. So like I said early on, if you wanted to make these changes, you can. Not a huge deal. I will not be going back to make sure that this is sorry about that. That what is written here reflects it. What I do want is I want you to keep this consistent with this just for the purposes of planning. So that way when you are ready to construct this, that in case you lose this file, you know exactly what you used. But later on in the game, if you decide to change your mind, you don't have to worry about making the changes in that Funtext poster document. So I'm looking here, and it looks to me that design-wise it looks pretty good. Bacon is very thin, but it's also very stylized. Eggs is extremely, there's a lot of black area here for eggs. Same thing with morning. You have the white letters surrounded by black space. Same thing with coffee, with the mugs. I'm finding that pancakes here is a little bit too thick of a font. So you might be looking at this saying, I think if I had something a little more delicate, it might look better. So you can certainly, if you downloaded a font that you can replace it with, you're going to highlight the text using the type tool. And I believe that the one that I downloaded was called Pancakes and Whipped Cream, so you can find it right there. So yeah, I think it's a little bit thinner. I think it'll look a little nicer. Not going to be so crowded in there. So when you're spreading these out, you want to get the letters as tight as possible. You don't want it to sacrifice being able to read it. So if you had something like this, that's a little too much. But you want to be able to read the words, but you also want to stretch them out. The edges of the letters should touch the edge of the 10 by 14 space, the top, the bottom. So you're going to spend a little time just getting everything as large as possible. The lines, the word breakfast should touch the word coffee, as well as the edges of your paper. So you're going to go ahead and do that. A couple of changes you can make is you might find that your words might be better fitting, and you could try it. Your words might be better fitted if they were sideways, diagonally, that kind of thing. So I'll show you that really quickly. But before you do, save one version. File, save as. If you haven't already done so, you should have a folder on your desktop called Graphic Design, and then you should have a new folder called Funtext. This is where I would put Master Copy. I'm going to call this Master Copy 1. Just so I have it. And if I make any changes, I'm really having problems typing today. Master Copy 1, just so I have it and I can go back to it. Okay, so we save this. So now, if I wanted to make any changes, let's say that I think that, oh, well, for one thing, I spelled coffee wrong. Let's say that I wanted to make one of the words written up and down. I can certainly, absolutely, without a doubt, do that. Let me just fix this really quickly. for example, the word eggs, right? What I can try to do, this is something, again, you can explore. Maybe I want it rotated 90 degrees, like this. And maybe I want it put over here, so the rest of these words, such as morning and pancakes, bacon, you know, maybe I want to like rearrange these a little bit. So you could do something like this. You could do bacon here. Fix this up a bit. I could do morning here. I could do put the pancakes down here. Once again, you know, you're just gonna play around, see what works. Actually, it looks pretty cute. So let's say that you can't decide. Let's say that you like it the way that it was, but you're kind of liking this too. I'm gonna actually, I might consider putting another word in here if I can, because I think if I stretch these words way too much, it might look a little too forced. Yeah, maybe stretch pancakes crazy big. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. Got stretched out. So you can certainly play around with different versions, and again, go to File, Save As. So I had one saved as Master Copy 1. This one I'll save as Master Copy 2, and then you can decide on which ones you want to use. So that's the arrangement of the letters or of the words. While putting them diagonally would be kind of fun, the problem is that to get the words kind of fitting in all of the spaces, it's going to be pretty difficult. So my suggestion is to kind of keep it rotated 90 degrees clockwise or 90 degrees counterclockwise, so the letters or the words will kind of fit a little bit better. By putting it diagonally, then you have this big void right here that's in the shape of a triangle. It might be a little bit more difficult to fit the words in all the spaces.